Greetings and salutations. If I look a bit, palish and all that stuff, I had been a bit sick today, so we're dealing with that, So my voice sounds a bit off or anything of that nature, or if there's cuts and all that, I apologize, So, today, looking at the fourth episode of The Mandalorian, with the episode Sanctuary. And what actually happened in this episode? Well, the Mandalorian and the child arrive at the forest planet Sorgan, seeking a place to hide. In exchange of a sanctuary, the former agent agrees to help a group of farmers to help fight Clitonian riders with the help of mercenary Cara Dunn, who is also in hiding. So, one thing that made this episode rather, memorable, I'd say, was the direction by Bryce Dallas Howard. And I feel like she did a great job. This was also the introduction to the character of Cara Dunn. Played by Gina Carano. And the beginning entrance of a character, I feel like she did a good job, especially in the fact, it's done mysteriously, and the fact, okay, the first time we see her, she's just, at a bar, I wonder who they are, sort of deal. I will also say the action sequences for this episode are really great, whether it is the training sequence when they're trying to get the villagers prepared to fight for battle and all that.
Division 1.
Fire!
It's done fairly well. I know what you're probably thinking. It's not the total similarity between fight sequences of the 80s and all that, but it feels, epic. Okay, these are warriors that are about to, not warriors, but villagers that are just wanting to fight for their community. And they've had the AT-ST walkers in the past. However, one thing I think makes this episode great is its use of it, in the fact whenever, the sequence when it's set into night and they're all ready to challenge it along with the riders, I gotta say, it is intimidating with its red eyes and all that. It looks great.
I hope the plan worked.
Go!
And I feel and I think when it comes to Star Wars, that is how you bring back a, not really a piece, I wouldn't consider the walkers, I would call them a force to be reckoned with, in the fact that they appeared in the original, series. So this is how, we would continue, make them, intimidating again. And I think everything is done pretty well. The acting is great, the fight sequences are really good, and, you care about, all the stuff that's going on, whether it is helping all the villagers in the community, or Dinn's relationship with a local woman in the community, in a way. And it also gives us our first peek into the ideology of the Mandalorians. Yes, it was probably also delved into an in Rebels as well, or the books. But I think, like, in the introduction, like, like say, hey, we can't take these helmets off or we'll be cast aside. It's done fairly well, especially when Pedro Pascal gives his, his voice and say, hey, I'm not taking this off. So, overall, I can say this episode was pretty good. I'll see you next time.